Hey, it's John F. Gately. Welcome back to the show. So it dawned on me that Tucker Carlson, in a way, predicted this Nashville shooting last week on his show. He was commenting on an article or a piece by NPR featuring the Rainbow Reload organization up in New Hampshire. This organization helps trans people learn how to use handguns so that they can defend themselves. And Tucker wondered where that was actually going, or what was the possible conclusion of, you know what, let's play Tucker's clip and you can hear for himself or for yourself what he said.
We're not against people, American citizens, carrying firearms, having firearms. We support it, including trans people. It's fine. But what you're watching here is not the exercise of the Second Amendment. What you're watching here is political hysteria, fear, ginned up on purpose with maximum dishonesty in order to get people in a state of agitation, armed people in a state of agitation. Doesn't matter if they're trans or not, whatever that is. It's the same template always. Scare the crap out of your voters, tell them that their lives are at risk, encourage them to get guns. How do you think that ends? But by the way, if we're following the logic here, and why not, that's in short support.
Exactly. Like, how do you think that ends? Where does that go if you have all of this hysteria? Now, I don't want to get to the point where I'm doing like an AOC that, because she blamed Tucker not that long ago for stochastic terrorism. Like, if Tucker says something, then AOC gets a death threat, and that's actually legally Tucker's fault. That is not true. Whoever made the death threat is the one who's legally at fault. I don't want to go down that lane, but there are where there's direct responsibility, but there is things in the political zeitgeist, God, I hate that phrase, that do propel people towards action. Could that have happened in Nashville? You know, I don't know, but it was a legitimate question that Tucker asked last week. And when he asked it, and here's your NPR article, by the way, if you want to go get it, Meet the Queer People Who Practice Shooting to Defend Themselves from Hate Groups. When Tucker asked this question last week, a lot of people in the media, like at the Daily Beast, pro-gun Tucker Carlson pumps brakes on armed transgender people, ridiculed Carlson for making this suggestion that that somehow this could lead to violence. In other words, from people crossing the line from defense to offense, right? And that's clearly what's happened in this horrific situation in Nashville. Here's an article from LGBTQ Nation. Tucker Carlson is afraid gun-toting trans people will start political violence. Yeah, that sounds like Tucker Carlson was onto something in a way, does it? Now we don't have the manifesto, right? That hasn't been released. Nashville police have been very quick, in my opinion, to release all the video. First, they released the exterior video, and then today the interior video. And I think this Chief Clark, I think that's his name, he's done a spectacular job, as his officers have as well. Can't keep enough praise right now on the Nashville Metro Police Department. But it's really also hard to say that Tucker was wrong. I mean, this article, like, they're ridiculing him. But I think Tucker was right about Tucker Carlson is afraid gun-toting trans people will start political violence. That doesn't seem, I know at first, like, you're like, oh, that's not going to happen. That's ridiculous. Tucker's a little bit over. But gee, now with the events that have occurred, you know, it seems like Tucker Carlson was right. You know, I don't mind saying it. I'm a Tucker Carlson fan, but you know, sometimes he goes a little bit too far in my estimation. So there is a fine line between defending yourself, which of course is the Second Amendment. Go right ahead, defend yourself. God bless you. You know, nothing wrong with the Second Amendment, except here in Massachusetts, where you're not really allowed to have a gun. It's very difficult to get a gun here in Massachusetts. It's more doable than it has been, but it's not easy. And we're not really a gun culture state here in Massachusetts, that's for sure. But up in New Hampshire, a little bit more so, I can see that. But there is a fine line between defense and offense. And what we saw at the Nashville school shooting is seemingly some type of death wish offense, which is just absolutely disgusting and horrid and horrific. It is vile in every aspect, just horrific. But you tell me in the comments, was Tucker Carlson right in predicting that this type of hysteria, which does seem a little unhinged, could lead to a reaction which breeds an offensive response, as it appears that we saw in the Nashville shooting? All right, so I'm John F. Gately, broadcasting to you from beautiful Plymouth, America's hometown, Massachusetts. Have a great day. Bye-bye.